Selena, what are you up to? Have you finished preparing lunch yet? What is taking so long? You're not that good in the kitchen for a housewife, are you?
Keelan, I'm not home today. As I previously stated, I have a job today. I made your lunch yesterday, so you can take it out of the fridge and heat it up if you're hungry. It has been labeled for you.
Oh my God. Aren't you ashamed of yourself for making up such stories? Not to mention making your mother-in-law eat cold leftovers. You can't possibly do anything properly, can you?
They aren't stale leftovers. I made it for you for lunch, like I mentioned, and you may reheat it in the microwave. And I'm not making things up. What am I meant to be lying about?
Oh, I know you're a full-time housewife swindling my son's money. You don't have to appear to be employed or anything. Are you out shopping or something?
What gives you that impression? And why would I fabricate a lie in the first place? You can ask Roger about it when you see him.
I'm sure you're telling your horrible housewife buddies about me. It's very bad. Why aren't you down at the fertility clinic if you have so much spare time?
Why are you bringing it up now?
Despite the fact that you claim to be a full-time housewife, you go out and leave the tasks unfinished so you may gossip about me. And how come you and Roger haven't had any children? It must be your fault because I have yet to have a grandchild. Do you not believe you should take some responsibility and act? Roger is a sad case.
I don't need to visit a fertility clinic because children are a blessing. If it happens, it happens. And, besides, I do have a job. Because of the epidemic, I mainly work from home these days, but there are instances when I need to visit the workplace. I'm sure I've mentioned it before.
Even though Felix purchased a wonderful home for the two of you to live in, I can see it going to waste in your hands. Aren't you ashamed to call yourself a housewife?
I don't consider myself a housewife. I told you I have a job. What are you on about? The house is fine.
To be honest, Roger does not deserve such treatment.
What exactly do you mean by that?
He was finally able to accumulate enough money to buy a brand new house because of all of his hard work over the years. And yet, his wife is doing nothing to keep it. Simply sitting around idly, day after day, allowing the place to degrade. After all, you are a parasite.
Did Roger truly say any of that?
What do you mean?
Did Roger inform you that he had purchased the house?
He, of course, purchased the house. It's unmistakable. I'm not even going to ask him.
Isn't that correct? If you say so. Anyway, I'm about to start working again, so no more texts from me till I return home. And don't forget about your lunch in the fridge. I made it especially for you, so I'm confident you'll be fine.
You're such a heartless woman. I'm not sure how Roger married a useless lady like you. Oh, my boy.
Good day, Keelan. What did you tell your mom about the house, Roger?
Huh? What exactly is going on? What about the house? Is something going on?
Why does your mother believe you purchased the house? Did you tell her about it? I believe you should explain the situation to her.
Oh, come on, that's unnecessary. Anyway, why would I deliberately say something that would irritate her?
What do you mean, irritate her? How about me? Your mom doesn't seem to realize I'm working. It goes in one ear and out the other no matter how many times I explain it to her. She even referred to me as a parasite. She accused me of living on your money. Doesn't that worry you in the least?
To be honest, it doesn't.
Roger, are you serious?
It's impossible to avoid. You know she's at that age now? She was set in her ways and all that. It is too late for her to change her ways. I wouldn't put too much stock in what she says. Simply allow her to believe whatever she wants. It's not a huge deal. I believe we should just let her believe that her son worked well and was able to get a wonderful house. That way, she'll be happier. Don't you think it's best for all three of us if we just leave it? What's the issue?
I'm not bothered if she believes it. Or, more accurately, I don't care either way. However, it becomes a problem when she resents me for it. She's continually insulting me and moaning about everything I do. To be absolutely honest, I'm over it. Can't you just tell her what's going on and end it? I'm tired of dealing with it.
As I previously stated, why would I go out of my way to say something that would irritate her?
Don't you want your wife and mother to get along with one another? Are you all right with us fighting all the time?
Selena, I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, I'm busy right now. I'll call you later.
Busy? So, what are you doing?
You know, this and that. I don't have time to go into detail.
Have you been looking for work lately? Why are you so busy when you haven't even gone to an interview in months?
It's not important, okay? Could you please leave me alone? Anyway, whatever you two are going through has nothing to do with me. You're both women, so you should be able to get along. I'll leave you to it. I don't want to become involved.
But you are the source of her resentment. Roger, this isn't right.
That's all. I'm done with you. You must get out of this house immediately. Stop taking advantage of my son.
Please excuse me?
If you're not going to behave like a respectable wife, I'm not going to allow you freeload on my son any longer, you parasite. So I demand that you leave.
What exactly are you on about? You want me to go? Why? I've always been nice to you. After all, you're the one who made the decision to come and live with us in the first place. And now you want me to go? Do you believe that will happen?
Oh, I know it'll happen. I'm Roger's mother, after all. I have the authority to make decisions about who resides in our home.
Despite the fact that none of you owns the house?
You've done it again. Acting all lofty and powerful. You have no right to minimize his accomplishments. He's been working for years to be able to afford this property. You should express your gratitude to him. To be honest, your terrible attitude is exactly why you're a parasite. A housewife who is unable to bear children and refuses to do housekeeping has no value in our world. There is no worth at all.
What an archaic mindset. I'm almost impressed that you can say it with a straight face despite having no knowledge of the subject.
You aim to mock me in addition to badmouthing my son?
No way. In fact, if you insist, I intend to honor your request.
Excellent. So you'll be leaving right away? I feel like my luck is dwindling with every second you spend in this house. So you do me a favor and depart the house as soon as feasible.
Fine. If that's how you feel, I suppose there's nothing you can do. I'll be gone before you realize it.
It's about time. My son and I shall be liberated from your oppressive presence. As you may imagine, living in the same house as a filthy parasite like you has been quite stressful for me.
Now you're truly overstepping your bounds. Do you suppose I'll just accept that? This is known as verbal abuse.
I couldn't care less how you feel about it. You'll be out of the home anyhow. Roger's house, by the way, was purchased with money acquired through effort and tears. We don't want a parasite like you hanging around who doesn't give anything to the house. Please just leave us alone.
Sure, why not? Then I'll just sell the house.
What? What exactly do you mean?
Keelan, farewell.
Just a moment, young lady. Please explain what you meant. What exactly do you mean, sell the house? What exactly do you intend to do?
You may wonder how. It is, after all, my home. So, if you insist on my leaving, I suppose I'll have no choice but to sell it. Unless you decide to leave, in which case I will almost certainly sell it. After all, it is a lovely home, as you stated. I'm confident I'll be able to sell it quickly. But, in any case, you no longer have to put up with a nasty parasite like me. Does that make you feel better?
Wait a second. What exactly is going on? What exactly are you saying? What exactly do you mean by your house? What do you mean? You've been babbling all along. You can't possibly do all of that. Don't act as though this house is yours when Roger has worked hard for years to afford it. You have no right to disrespect my son.
I'm not mocking anyone. The truth is, I own this house. In the legal sense.
How can that be?
I paid for it with my money. The contract is in my name.
I don't comprehend.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you astonished that the house you've been living in all this time, which you thought belonged to your son, now belongs to your cold-hearted, parasitic daughter-in-law? Do you need a moment to digest that? The house is mine, therefore if you want me to leave, you must buy it from me. Not that your Roger has the funds to do so, but you are welcome to try.
What exactly is going on here? So this isn't Roger's house?
That's what I've been trying to tell you all along. Roger, by the way, hasn't worked in over a year. He is unemployed.
What exactly is he?
Oh, he didn't seem to tell you, did he? He initially attempted to locate another employment, but gave up when he could not find immediate success. He hasn't had a job interview in months, nor has he sent out a CV. This entire time, he's been living off of my money.
So, where has he been all day?
He generally drives to the drive-thru down the road and spends the entire day there. He occasionally goes out to the racecourse to wager or simply waits at a pub until it gets dark. Or he just spends the day at his girlfriend's house playing video games.
What do you mean his girlfriend's house? Gambling?
You're not telling the truth. You're making stuff up yet again. None of those things would ever occur to Roger. You are free to believe whatever you wish. However, it will not affect the fact that what I have just told you is true. You can ask him. It wasn't him who has been there for you the whole time, it's been me. I've let you both live in my house and have covered all of your bills. You didn't know anything about it.
No way. Are you sure Roger is unemployed? That cannot be true. It's illogical. How have you been able to exist if neither of you are working?
How many times do I have to say this? I'm employed. I do my work from home. I've been working since before Roger and I were married, so I've accumulated some savings. But I can't continue to live in the same house with you two and deal with your behavior. I'll be leaving this place, so I'll sell the house.
But wait a minute. Where are we going if what you say is true? We make no money. How will we survive?
I've got no idea. You'll have to work things out with your scumbag son and decide for yourselves.
You have no right to label my son a scumbag. That's a terrible thing to say about your own hubby.
That's the truth. He is unemployed, therefore I doubt he will be able to pay alimony if I divorce him. But, since we've arrived at this stage, I've decided to divorce him. In the best-case scenario, his girlfriend will pay his legal bills.
What's the point? You intend to divorce him and sell your home? Are you certain?
Obviously, I'm serious. Why would I want to stay in this house and support my unfaithful husband? I'm not interested. In any case, please decide whether the two of you will leave the house or stay and buy it from me. Because the property market is still on the rise, I encourage you make your decision as soon as possible.
Remove it immediately. How did you do it? You're Roger's wife, right? I'll admit that I was unaware of his unemployment. However, everyone experiences difficulties in life. And it's your obligation as his wife to be there for him when things become tough.
I did back him up. Actually, for an entire year. I put up with your verbal and physical assaults. I tolerated his deception and let him gamble away my money. But this is where it all comes down to. To be honest, I'm at a loss for words.
But you can't just compel us to leave. You are not thinking clearly. Consider the consequences of your actions.
And have you too considered my situation? Huh?
What precisely do you mean?
Did you try to compel me to leave? You mistook this for Roger's home. Did you consider what I would do? Where would I go?
Couldn't you just go back to live with your folks or something?
My folks live on the other side of the country. You had completely forgotten about me. So you have no right to complain when I treat you similarly.
What exactly are you attempting to say?
How many times do I need to say it? I'm going to sell the house. If you want me to leave, I must sell it. Because it's my residence. Do you understand now? I don't care where you and your scumbag son go.
How can you have such a callous attitude toward us? We're a part of your family.
Nope. You're just some other people who have nothing to do with me after the divorce is finalized. I'm not acting irresponsibly. Although I'm sure you went white as a sheep during this conversation, I've reached my limit. This is the course of action I've been compelled to take. You realize that everything is your fault, right? So make your bed and sleep in it.
Please, Selena, think about Roger and me for a moment.
I'm done thinking about you too. I no longer need any of you in my life. No matter how hard you try, I've already made up my mind. I no longer have feelings for either of you. And when he stopped looking for work and began cheating on me with another woman, I went frigid. I'm glad I made the decision to divorce him. By the way, I've informed Roger about the situation. Good day to you, Keelan.
Selena, pause. Roger is currently unemployed, so how are we expected to survive? Who is going to back us up?
Who knows? Certainly not me. I suppose you'll have to obtain a job. After all, you're not old enough to qualify for a pension. For the time being, if you want to survive, you'll have to work. That, or make your son work. In any case, it is no longer relevant to me.
Selena, please rethink.
Why would I do something like that?
I can't deny that we've had a few misunderstandings thus far. But, from now on, let's strive to get along better. It is still not too late. I'm available to assist you around the house. Let us three look after each other. Because we are family, we must support one another.
Think about it. Your attitude toward me has changed now that you're in danger. Sorry, but it is too late. But I must say, that made me laugh. Anyway, from now on, you and I are strangers, so stop referring to the three of us as family. Have you ever treated me like family before? And now that it's convenient, you want to get along with me?
I get it. I sincerely apologize for anything I've done to you. Please don't desert us. We have nowhere to go. And I can't seem to find work.
So I know where your son gets it. I guess the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. If you want to survive, you must stop grumbling and start seeking for a job. Good luck with your job searches, both of you. You're going to need it. After that, thank you, Keelan discovered the truth about her son and recognized what I told her was accurate. Roger was ultimately stumped. He was divorced, jobless, and obliged to pay alimony since he had been adulterous and abusive. He couldn't do anything to save himself.
Hey there, Louisa, I have something in mind I want to discuss with you. Do you currently have some free time?
Louisa, what do you need from me now? Right now, I'm a little busy. If you have anything to say to me, say it quickly.
First of this, as your manager, I don't think your behavior toward me is appropriate. Please be a bit more respectful to me. I also have a few more things I want to tell you.
I didn't feel the need to respect you since you are a pitiful management. You ought to quit acting so haughtily because you didn't even complete high school. Whether or not I have a high school diploma, I am still your boss.
You're Ben's younger sister, therefore that's the only reason I chose to hire you. You really need to step up and complete the task like everyone else does. If you fail to finish the task that was allocated to you, your coworkers must work twice as hard to fill in for you.
I am sorry, but I've got no idea what you are referring to. You're giving the impression that I only have my job here because of you.
That's the reality, though, isn't it? If it weren't for me, you wouldn't be here.
Despite the fact that you may have been the one to introduce me to this business, my talents were what got me employed. The business should be happy to have me here. You should be appreciative that I choose to work for you.
Although I recognize that your optimism is unmatched, you occasionally need to face reality. Your behavior at work has drawn a lot of criticism.
What do you really mean? I've had people whining about me? What went wrong with me? What is it that you, a high school dropout, have to complain about?
I always tell you this, but it doesn't matter because if we perform well at work, we get promoted. No matter if you attended a private institution or a secondary school, you may apply. I'm your sister-in-law, and I'm giving you some kind advice right now. I'll have to take some managerial action if your attitude doesn't change. Would you kindly do your best to change how you act at work?
What even does that mean? I don't understand it at all.
You take too many vacation days from work. In comparison to everyone else, you two eat lunch for a very long time. I've heard that you also attempt to test other employees. You occasionally slip out early from work as well. Do you really want me to go through the complete list of the other complaints?
I suppose all of my coworkers are excessively envious of me. They simply criticize me because they want to hurt me. I guess it's because I'm so young, attractive, and successful. The only ones complaining are the company's elderly women, right? Grandmas like you only have envy for me.
Despite what you may think, I am only 2 years older than you.
2 years is a significant gap. After all, I'm still in my 20s.
Next month, you'll turn 30 years old.
You should keep your mouth shut because you only graduated from high school.
Please refrain from calling me that as well.
It's the truth, so why should I stop? Actually, I have degrees from both a university and a high school. I can't take having someone give me commands who hasn't even finished high school. You definitely need to start helping me out a bit more if you don't want me to stop working.
You are aware that you have no right to address me in such manner. You're going to get into a lot of problems at this pace, so I'm telling you all of this out of kindness and desire to assist you. I won't have to report you to the company's upper management if you start changing your attitude.
I find it hard to think you have compassion for me. How can you be so haughty? Exactly who do you believe you are? You should be glad that I chose to work for you guys as a successful lady. Understand what I'm saying?
I apologize, but I'm not sure what you're trying to communicate. In either case, I need you to make an effort to change your mindset going forward. If things keeps going on like way, I won't be able to cover for you.
I don't intend to be on your side at all. I'm going to leave the foolish company if you whine to me one more time. Make sure to stop whining if you don't want me to go.
Hello, Edric. I'm not sure I can take care of Nellie much longer.
What's the problem? Is this related to the discussion we had yesterday, Louisa?
Yes, it is the topic. Every day, she says more and more offensive things to me. Additionally, she treats her fellow coworkers with complete disrespect and looks down on them. I'm not sure how I'll continue to stand in for her.
You're no longer required to stand in for her. You may leave her behind, and she should receive the justice she merits.
Are you certain that's all right in reality? After all, she is your younger sister.
She truly does need to learn some things, but it's acceptable. She treats our parents and me in the same manner as she is currently treating you. I believe she's had enough of us all. Despite being near 30 years old, she couldn't even get a job. We have to beg you to grant her a job because of this. She should probably soon confront reality, in my opinion. You're not required to consider her as a family any longer.
It sounds like you two are having trouble with her as well. Then, I'll attempt to warn her one final time. If she doesn't pay attention, I'll report her to the company's management.
That does indeed sound like an excellent idea. Certainly do that. Recently, my dad and I discussed the possibility of severing all relations with her. We believe that because she has so many people to rely on, she would never change.
Yes, it could be the best option for her as well. After all, she needs to face the truth of her predicament. Then I'll go ahead and inform the superiors of her behavior. She might be able to take this as a chance to change how she feels.
I truly apologize for giving you all of this hassle. She can be disciplined and treated just like any other employee. She has probably done a lot of things that are improper for her place of employment. Anyway, I'll be returning home shortly. We can discuss this later.
One last time, I'm going to check in with you. The other day, I enumerated all the grievances that people have brought up against you. Do I have it correct that you don't intend to change your attitude and behavior?
Oh my God, are you still bringing that up? I told you that I hadn't done anything, and now you're being extremely obnoxious. Grandma liked you too much, so you should stop talking.
It's horrible that you haven't taken any action. This is a place of labor. You must finish the task that has been given to you. You should also modify the way you behave toward your other employees. Be more respectful to them.
You are incredibly tenacious and stupid.
According to what I've heard, you haven't finished any of your recent assignments. Really, do you believe that's acceptable? We all need to work to pay our bills now that we are grown-ups and no longer in school.
I find it incomprehensible that you would want to correct me.
What exactly did you say? A person like me? Do you fail to comprehend that? Since I am your boss, I am in a position far above you.
Acting so haughtily once more. When you were only a high school dropout, how are you able to say this to me? Wouldn't you be able to raise my pay if you were actually my manager?
Are you serious when you ask?
For someone like me, $2,000 a month is way too little. I earned my university degree. But for a high school dropout like you, $2,000 should be sufficient. You really need to quit playing games and pay me what I deserve, since I need a lot more money to live the life I want. Give me a raise if you're going to treat me like way.
I'm not trying to boss you about, and you never pay attention to anything I have to say anyhow.
Are you certain that you approve of my leaving now? You should definitely utilize your limited mental capacity and give this some considerable thought. You cannot risk losing a distinguished university graduate like myself. I'm not asking you to do this, I'm demanding that you do it if you want me to continue earning double my present pay.
If that's the case, I'll have to let you go.
What exactly did you say to me just now? You can't be serious, can you?
I've tried so many times in the past to protect you, but I'm giving up now. I understand that you won't ever alter your attitude or actions for the better, I'm terminating you because we don't need someone like you working for us. Could you please complete the necessary papers in the Human Resources office tomorrow? If you want to get your last salary, you should pay attention to what they have to say.
What are you referring to? Are you serious about any of this? You guys can't possibly afford to terminate me. Some sort of joke must be going on here.
It almost seemed like he wanted to get fired, so this isn't even a joke. You threatened to stop working every day. Additionally, your coworkers are tired of you. The finest choice has been made for the department as a whole. We cannot afford to pay someone who does nothing $2,000 a month. The value of you is not even $2,000. I can't believe you tried to get me to increase your pay by 2 times.
Why you are even telling me this? I have no idea. In any case, you lack this type of power. You can't just fire me like that.
Do you not realize that I am the department's vice president as a whole? I have the right to let you go.
Wait. You're the vice president, right?
When I initially gave you this position, I believed Edric had already told this to you. I assume you weren't listening since you were probably looking at your phone. Together with a few other pals, I founded this business. Since the beginning, I have been here. I have a great deal of power over you.
You must be lying, right? You cannot possibly be a high school dropout with such immense power.
You know I said it doesn't matter. With enough effort and hard work, anyone can succeed, even someone like myself who dropped out of high school. In fact, one of our guiding principles is to refrain from making decisions about people based only on their academic qualifications. We prioritize diligence and commitment over academic credentials. That is among the factors that allowed me to hire you. Despite being 27 years old and a recent university graduate, your resume is entirely blank. You lack any more job experience. It was because of our policies that you were able to work here.
You're giving off the impression that I wouldn't be desired elsewhere.
Sincerely, if Edric hadn't asked me, we never would have allowed you to work here. You were quite fortunate. You ought to give your brother credit for this chance. It seemed as though Edric had grown tired of trying to help you. From now on, I have to deal with you either as your boss or as your sister-in-law.
Hold on a second, please. Why has this only started happening now? I just requested a little rise in my current pay. I was let go without a job. That is not feasible. I mistakenly believed that you all wanted me to work here. I have a full-time job. How could I already be fired? This cannot be done.
In truth, you don't even have a full-time job. You only began working with us a short time ago, not even 5 months. Your trial period is still in effect.
Now what? Period of trial?
To determine whether we genuinely wanted you to work here full-time, we put you through a test. We're pleased we held off on offering you a full-time contract at first.
I'm about to be fired, so is there anything I can do to prevent it? I currently can't afford to lose my source of income. For the first time, I was able to land a job with a legitimate business.
What are you referring to? You were hardly doing any work at all. We truly don't need workers who can't do the tasks that have been given to them. You weren't only inept, but you had a terrible attitude toward other people. Right now, I don't think any employer would want to hire you. At least have the work ethic and abilities to support your constant arrogance.
Okay, I'll admit it, I was perhaps a touch too haughty. I'm sorry for how I treated the others. Please don't let me get fired right now. If I lose my job, I'm going to have a lot of problems.
Yes, I am aware that you will have problems. According to what I've heard, gas station jobs are impossible to obtain even part-time.
I believe that most businesses would consider your conceited attitude and foul nature to be a major red flag.
You also lack any professional experience. Your resume only fills half a page. You have only ever had part-time employment, and you are almost 30 years old. I find it incredulous that you continue to extol your university degree. That incident occurred approximately 4 years ago.
You don't really intend to fire me, do you? Louisa, I am your in-law's sister. We are essentially a family. Please take action to prevent my termination. I never anticipated that this would occur to me. Better algae starting tomorrow, I guarantee. Everything wrong with me can be fixed. I'll listen if you tell me what to do, I assure you.
You can't possibly change, in my opinion. There are simply way too many issues with you. It's not feasible for you to overnight change for the better. Everyone else agrees that after your trial time, we shouldn't hire you. I'm powerless to change anything, and nobody wants you here.
Hold on a second, please. Take a look at what I have to say. My parents would throw me out of the house if I lose this job. I have nowhere else to go if it occurs. I'm unsure of where to live and what to do. Where should I go?
What you should do is beyond my knowledge. You can solve the problem on your own. The predicament you find yourself in today is all your fault. Your work ethic may be tough to alter, but your attitude toward other people ought to be simple. That would be a fantastic location for you to begin. You need to start showing far more consideration for other people.
Don't leave me like this, please. You are my in-law's sister. Why are you treating me like this?
I'm actually no longer going to be your sister-in-law. Edric and I have made the decision to end any communication with you. Our family no longer includes you. We've had enough of dealing with you. We did all we could to assist you, yet all you did was belittle and humiliate us.
We don't want to interact with you right now. Please stop contacting me at this time.
Oh my God, tell me if this is truly occurring to me. Tell me this is only a nightmare, please. I want to be awake now.
What are you referring to? You are completely awake. This is not a dream.
My life is in disarray. I'm really sorry, and I regret everything I did.
Well, good luck in your search for a new position. You will require it. Nellie, I need you to explain this.
What I don't know and don't understand at all.
You really don't know, or are you trying to hide something?
I don't have to argue with you.
Did you sell your company's secrets to a competitor?
I don't know that, because you are not careful about the security of information, not me. Your family has cut ties with me, so don't tell me what I can sell to a rival company.
Do not forget that you still hold the company's projects, and those projects the company has information in hand. Nellie, did you do this just to sabotage the company?
So what did you and your family do know to me? You pushed me to a dead end, telling Edric to disconnect my relationship.
So you review your actions and attitudes at work. We have supported you a lot.
So what? If you tell me you are vice president but you refuse to help me.
That's not how you should treat us, Nellie. Can you imagine what you're doing?
I won't have any problem. The competing company said it would protect me.
LOL, who are you telling that joke to? They will never protect you, Nellie. You trust them too much. See you in court. I already have proof for you of my actions. I gave Nellie a chance, but she didn't realize how horrible her actions were. The court has issued an arrest warrant for her because of the lawsuit filed by the company. It all happened quickly. She was jailed for 11 years for selling company information. Seems like I guess she doesn't know her fault because she's always scolding and saying that she's not guilty. I was in a supermarket managing my own business when a hooded man jumped at the cashier and pulled out a gun, taking all of the money. Everyone became anxious, but not me. Actually, I had been waiting for this to happen. Hey, idiot! Stop doing that action if you don't want to meet your incenters. Everyone cried out as the robber turned to face me. I then walked up to him while slowly removing my jacket. You made me lose my temper, baby.
Back off if you still care about your life. I have a gun.
Not anymore. He tried to attach me, but I immediately gave him a tight grip and pinned him to the ground. It's jail time, baby. That's how I catch a criminal. My name is Kat, and I always wanted to become a detective just like my dad.
The process I catch the robber has been seen by a mysterious person, and then that person contacts me.
Hi. Can we have a talk?
Who are you?
Maybe you don't know me, but I know you clearly.
What?
Don't be surprised. According to the investment, I knew you're a detective. I want to hire you.
Go to the point, please.
I have a son and his name is Bob. He's a high school student. Reckless, clumsy, and spoiled. I want him to take over my business, but he seems to decline it. I can't understand what he desires. He's looking for a female bodyguard, and I choose you.
So you want me to pose as his bodyguard?
Yes, I will pay you a high salary.
Haha, that was the space of time I waiting for the most of my life. I can continue my dad's work that he couldn't complete while spying Emily's famils. How many can you pay me?
$1 million.
Mission accepted, officer. I was so excited about this mission, but little did I know that I was about to get involved in the biggest mess ever.
I love my son more than anything, so do your best to protect him.
I'll make sure you won't regret hiring me, sir.
I will give you a very thick portfolio of chase.
The first thing I was noticed was his attractive and handsome face.
Tomorrow I will start my work.
I hope you can do a good job.
The next day I came to his house, and this is the first time I met him. I came to his room and opened the door while he was sleeping.
He lied in his bed, finally he opened his eyes, and I almost dropped my jaw when we both stared at each other.
I realized that he was the most handsome man that I had ever seen.
And I was exaggerating.
So you must be my bodyguard? Why you came to my room without knocking the door?
Sorry, I think that you have waken up.
Wow, my mom definitely know my type. You are so beautiful. Do you want to become my girlfriend?
What? Do you want to die?
Oh my god, I like that kind of angry women.
I was hired to protect you, not become your girlfriend. Please keep the distance between us. Bob was about to touch me, but I gave him a powerful hit and then he flipped on the floor.
You have to protect me, not kill me.
Of course, but the condition is you keep the distance between us. I just come to introduce myself. Do have a good night, sir.
After everyone became asleep, I tiptoed around the mansion and installed some spy cameras to watch. I sent the ID of the camera to Pebble in my company for hacking it to watch every moves of Emily. I had to catch her soon to complete my dad's mission and get this nonsense job over and done with. The next day, together with Bob, I came to his school.
Some of his friends immediately flocked around me like I was a celebrity.
That's my person. Get away from her if you want to continue learning in this school. I will give you money. Please get away from my eyesight. A $1,000 for each of you to back off and stop looking at my bodyguard, loser.
Excuse me, sir, but I am not your person. Please don't call me that.
Those losers just distract you. Please focus on me.
I'm not usually distracted by stupid things.
Suddenly, he slipped on a piece of rubbish, and before he could hit his head on the floor, I caught him in my arms. That moment was very romantic. Our faces were so close, I was dive into his blue eyes for a few seconds. Just then, a pretty girl came running and screaming.
Teddy bear, what is the meaning of this? Are you cheating on me?
This girl is my bodyguard. She was just protect me.
What a relief! Teddy bear, I want to come to dinner tonight with you. I'm your one and only forever, right, Teddy bear?
Moa.
She jumped into him and kissing him like a vacuum cleaner and then climbing on him all day.
When we came home, Bob dragged me into his room.
Honestly, I don't like Lily. We just dated because our father have a contract in business and I can't destroy it.
Why have you told that with me?
I just want to be honest with you. I don't want you thinking of me as a bad man. Don't be jealous, Kat. I already broke up with her many times, but my dad didn't permit me to do anything he don't want. What a pity! From the day I was born until now, I have never lived for my desires. My parents arranged all my life. If you can, I want you to keep her away from me. Do anything that you can. I will pay more for you.
A week later.
What do you do to get Lily avoiding me like that?
Haha, just a little trick I used.
Wow, can you tell me?
But I won't permit you to smile.
Okay, I promise.
I told her that I'm lesbian, and when she come to you, I pouted my lips for a kiss, so she ran away.
Can you do that for me?
What? I know what you're thinking.
Today I want to have a day off and go shopping. Do you want to come with me?
Don't request for that. It's my duty.
I just want to consider you as a real friend, not for paying, and I have the right to force you to do anything for me. If you don't like anything, just talk to me. I won't do that.
Yes, thank you.
When I and Bob walk in the street, we met some gangers. They seemed to know Bob.
Look at you, Bob. You have a new girlfriend? How bad are you? Changing girlfriend each week. Who can do that like our boy? It's a beautiful day and a great occasion to break someone's skulls. Do you think that, Bob?
What do you want?
Your girl, she's the most beautiful woman that I have ever seen. She can become my next friends. Or my next mistake, haha.
Stop talking nonsense, Rub.
He was about to touch me, but Bob jumped in and shoved him to the ground.
You were too dirty to touch her, Rub.
You stupid dirty bag, Bob.
How dare you?
Next, he was about to punch Bob, but it's my turn to protect him. I'll run home with my mom if I was you. Or not, you will came to see the Grim Reaper.
I twisted his arm and he went screaming in pain.
Catch her, my brother!
Then a lot of boys who come with Rub ran to my side, and I don't mind to use my karate skills and knock down all of them. Then we get in the car.
Kat, you are the prettiest and coolest girl that I've ever met.
Do you know that?
Please don't do dangerous action to protect me. I'll protect you from now on.
Then he tend to hug me. You know what will happen when you touch me, Bob. Get your arm out of my face before it's too late. Suddenly, his face turned sad and he pulled away from me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I think we get closer. I won't bother you anymore.
Okay, it's good. We're no more than an owner and a safeguard. I can forget about my mission and be distracted by anything else.
Okay, I understand.
Okay, good night.
Then I go to the bathroom and watch the move of Mrs. Emily.
It's more than a week, but I can't find anything unnormal. Maybe I'm too dive into Bob and forget about my mission. I need to find that secret room with the gold bars as soon as possible before everything get weirder.
But when I have a chance, I looked all around the mansion and found nothing.
A week later, Mrs. Emily has a business trip. It's my time to work on her room.
After making sure everyone was asleep, I went to her room and I was checking her drawers.
I felt someone watching me from the door.
Bob,
What are you doing here?
I was looking for you.
You find me in a drawers? I don't think I could fit in there.
I can be catch red-handed. What should I do? Then, an unthinkable idea came to my mind. I walked up to him, grabbed his face, and kissed him on the lips. Surprisingly, I enjoyed it.
What's that about?
I have been kissing you.
I know it. No one can resist me, not even you.
I guess you're right.
How could I when you have just kissed me?
I tried to getting rid of his face, but he was following me like a leech. Then he forced me to watch the film with him, if not, he may tell his mother. And then I have watched his favorite him for 2 hours. When he finally asleep, I just found myself staring at his face, he actually so handsome. The next day at school, Bob has did something that when I came to school, everyone stared at me. It's a shock of my life that he told everyone that we are in relationship. And Lily was driving crazy.
This girl was lesbian and she just reached you because she's jealous that I'm I'm the one that she actually likes.
Bob ignored her and to come to my side, he got on his knees instead, he started typing my shoelaces. I was very surprised.
Sweetie, I will get on my nerves if you flip of the floor just because of these shoelaces.
Then I pulled him to the side and start to confronting him. Hey, stop doing anything that influence me. Who are in relationship with you? You announced it with everyone without my permit? If your mom hear that news, what will she do? Why you never think deeply and become mature, Bob? That's why your mom forced you to work under her control.
I like you and neither do you. So, we are in relationship, right? It's simple. And my mom is too busy to care about who I'm dated.
Are you crazy?
No, from now on, I decide to protect what I love and follow my dream. I was dreaming to become a chef, then I will open my own restaurant. But my parents always want me to take over their company. I hate that, so I acted like a kid and then they won't give me the company. Then I can do what I enjoy.
Bob, it's good to follow your dream, and nothing better than you can live with purpose. But you need to take a little time care about your parents. They sacrifice all their life to bring you to this world, raising you just to see you happy. Taking over your parents' company can help you have money to open your own restaurant. Do you think it a good chance?
Okay, I will think about it.
The only place that I didn't check was Mrs. Emily's bathroom. And I have to do that first thing in the morning. When wandering around, I find a button behind the bath, I put it, then a room behind the mirror appears. I found some important document which proof his dad was criminal.
I feel so bad. Actually, I have a special care to Bob. I can deny that I want to be with him. When I come into the room, I was very surprised cause the room is full of gold bars.
I used my camera and then took a lot of photos. I tried to find the document about this assets and someone behind has taken the camera from my hand.
It was Bob's dad. He was raging mad. Just in time, my team come with some police and finally arrest Bob's parents. I stood on the path, smiled, and a colleague came to hug me. But Bob saw everything.
So, it was all about this? You're the spy and you want to ruin my family?
My smile disappeared right after I saw Bob. The sadness in his eyes broke my heart. That feeling is hard to describe. Bob, let me explain.
No, don't tell me anything. It's over. Congratulations on your successful mission, Mrs. Spy.
I saw him go away with the tears on my eyes. I want to run to his side and hug him, but I think this was for the best. 1 month later. I didn't see him and he never contacted me. It was bothering me a lot. I think I should pass everything and follow my dream, continue my dad's dream. Time flies, I finally studying criminology at university. One day, I decide to have lunch at a new restaurant and I was shocked to see Bob there. Bob, why do you do here?
I do what you inspired me and this is the results. This is my restaurant. Good to see you, Kat. You look more pretty.
Thank you. Then, he walk away. I feel sad but I can't come and hug him. I stand up and come to home. Then I see a shadow behind me. It's Bob.
I have waited for you for a long time and dream about the day we meet again, and this time I won't lose you.
He hugged me and then I can wait to kiss him.
Do you want to be my girlfriend?
Yes, I do.
Josephine, are you there?
Amy, it's me. What's up?
I'm very sad. Can you talk to me now? I need your advice.
I'm always available to hear your story. You can tell me if you want.
Josephine. You know, I just got married.
I know because I attended your wedding. It was beautiful and splendid. I admire your love because you and the groom seemed so happy.
Josephine, I used to think the same thing, that I'd be truly happy with Dunn, but no.
What happened to you, Amy? You make me extremely nervous.
Dunn and I had a lovely wedding with everyone testifying. After the wedding, we all went to Dubai for a wonderful honeymoon. I met Dunn's ex here, and we shared a hotel.
Lena? Why is she there?
I was quite surprised. We greeted each other as a politeness.
Perhaps it's a coincidence, Amy.
At first, I thought so, Josephine. But no, listen to me when I say this. We decided to hold it at a fancy restaurant on the first night. I've prepared a beautiful dress for myself. I thought myself to be the most special person in the restaurant that night. Are you still there, Josephine?
Yes, I'm still listening to you.
At 1900 hours, we arrived at the restaurant, which had a very romantic atmosphere with sparkling candlelight. We enjoy food while listening to music. So, at 8 p.m., Dunn received a phone call and he stated that he needed to go to the hotel room to send important documents to the customer and that he would return shortly.
Why are documents being sent at this time?
Well, I think that's also important. I had faith in him to wait until 11 p.m.
Did you have to wait 3 hours? Why don't you contact him?
Of course, I dialed Dunn's number, but he didn't answer.
What did you do? Amy. So, something bad happened?
Then I returned to my hotel room. Josephine. You know what I saw, the worst thing happened.
Amy, what exactly is it? Did Dunn make a mistake?
Lena was there, and they were kissing right in the room I had decorated and prepared.
Oh my God, really?
I have heard their entire story. Lena's presence here is not a coincidence, it is planned.
Amy, are you okay? What do you do with them? They are deserving of punishment.
No, I escaped. I'm frail.
I understand how much of a shock it was for you.
Josephine, I'm not feeling well right now. But, what should I do? We recently married. Dunn is very special to my parents. They had high hopes for our wedding.
What are your thoughts, Amy?
Now I want a divorce. I don't want to live with someone who cheats on me, but I'm afraid my parents and relatives will be upset. Josephine, what should I do?
Actually, after hearing you, I was taken aback. I had previously suspected Dunn and Lena of being untrustworthy, but I had complete faith in what was done to show love to you and your family. But in this case, Amy, rational is required.
Josephine, just say what you think, I'd like to hear your thoughts.
Perhaps this will surprise and disappoint everyone, but, Amy, I don't think anyone will blame you. Your parents are only interested in seeing you happy. But are you happy now?
I don't want to be here for another second.
Yes, Amy, you should get away from there and then return to us. Family and we are always with you. As for the other two bad guys, Dunn and Lena, you need to meet and talk frankly with each other so that everyone knows their true faces.
But I'm afraid.
What are you afraid of, Amy?
I'm afraid I'm not going to win against those two, not even the criticism. Because my parents are Asian. They have Oriental characteristics.
No, you shouldn't think so. You are correct in this story, and your parents will undoubtedly support you. They are the ones who are wrong. I think you should leave him immediately because he does not deserve you. Are you still there, Amy?
It's me, Josephine. I'm thinking things through, and you're right, why I'm scared, when those two are doing it wrong. Now I'm going to text and break up with Dunn. I'll book a return flight tomorrow, and there will be a family gathering on both sides. This will be clarified. Thank you for taking the time to listen to me and give me advice, Josephine.
No, we're friends. I'll be waiting for you when you return.
Are you there, Done?
I'm here. Bae,
I wanna talk to you. Done.
what's the matter with your serious tone?
Stop, done. Stop pretending like that. I texted you as well to let you know that I am already aware of everything. What have you and Lena been up to behind my back?
Amy, what are you talking about?
What did you do last night when you returned to your room until almost 12 o'clock before returning to the restaurant? Do you know that I sat there like a fool waiting for you?
I also told you that I needed to send the application to the client right away, and that it had some issues, so it was so late.
Done. I saw you and Lena in our room and heard the whole story about you two.
Amy, you listen to what I'm explaining.
Explain? You want me to be an idiot once more. You and she have planned the entire trip of this time.
Amy, you misunderstood Lena and me. Listen to what I'm explaining.
Misunderstanding. I'm not interested in your explanation. I'm texting you to let you know we're finished for now, and you can come to Lena and enjoy your honeymoon together as you've planned. And I'll be returning home.
Are you worried about your family, Amy? They really like me.
Are you revealing yourself now, Done?
Of course, if you already know everything, I don't need to act.
It's ugly, but I'll show the world your true face.
I don't think you can do it, Amy. You should keep quiet.
You underestimated me, Done. I'll see you in 2 days.
What are you going to do in the next 2 days?
There will be a meeting, I will tell everyone, and we will officially divorce. And now you and me are finished.
Amy,